Hello, I'm Drew, Application Engineer with Megger. Today we'll be covering the operation of the Power Pack PPX30A with the AWA as a host unit. I already have connections made for communication between the Power Pack and the AWA, and we're powering the AWA with the convenient power outlet on the side of the Power Pack. I also have the foot switch accessory plugged into the back of the Power Pack. This allows the use of the Power Pack without having to press the push to test button. Okay, now the AWA is booted up, we need to enter the password, which is Baker, B-A-K-E-R by default. And that'll allow the Windows operating system to start. Once we see the desktop appear, we can select the AWA, Baker AWA-IV icon. To start the software. Now the software started, we need to select the database. And of course, we'll select the motor from the motor tree. If it doesn't exist, then we should create a motor. Since we have the motor, we'll go ahead and go right into tests. Once we've selected the appropriate test ID, we're basically ready to test. And for this video, we're going to be testing we'll start with surge testing, a single high voltage coil with the Power Pack. And so I'll need to hook up my lead 1 and lead 2 to this single phase coil, and then we'll demonstrate how to start the surge. Okay, so to connect the Power Pack to the single phase coil, I need leads 1 and 2, and we'll connect them to each part of the coil. And we're ready to test. All right, so since we're testing a single phase coil, we need to let the AWA know this is a single phase test. Now this could already be configured in your test ID, but if it's not, you can select the 3 lead or 2 lead option, the selection button on the right, and then select 2 lead or 3 lead. In this case, we'll select 2 lead for single phase testing. If the resistance isn't enabled for your test ID, make sure you turn that on first. Select the 2 lead or 3 lead, and then close. Okay, now we'll select the voltage next to the surge button to go into the surge setup screen. And we're ready to test. Now you can see here that the enable Power Pack has been checked. That lets the AWA know it's going to be working with the Power Pack to perform this single phase surge test. So we're going to press the lead 1 button, and it's going to say move the test lead selector switch to lead 1 position. Select OK. And to start testing, press the Power Pack test button. We'll press the foot switch, initiate testing, and then we'll use the voltage control knob to raise the voltage by turning it clockwise. And then we'll watch the surge wave as the amplitude increases, being mindful of the pulse-to-pulse EAR graph to make sure it's nice and flat. As the voltage rises, we see the LEDs indicate that our voltage is increasing. If we want to slow down the rate or increase the rate, we can use the ramp control knob. Once we achieve test voltage, we stop ramping. The tester will tell us to please release the push to test button. Now for our coil, we want to test back through lead 2, so we'll select lead 2. And it says move the test lead selector switch to the lead 2 position. And now we're in the lead 2 position, we can select OK. And to start testing, press the Power Pack test button. Again, we're going to depress the foot switch. Leads energized light illuminates, and now we're ready to ramp voltage with the voltage control knob again. So, still watching for increasing amplitude of the waveform, the flat pulse-to-pulse EAR graph. Being mindful of the voltage level. LEDs indicate increasing voltage. And of course, since we've selected surge pulses equals 1, the first pulse that's at test voltage will stop the test. And it'll say, please release the push to test button, which we'll do. Okay. And we're completed with our surge test. Now to save the data, since we ran in this manual mode, we'll need to close the surge wave screen and then select Save Results. So press the Save Results button, and it will save the result to the motor in the tree that we've selected. Once testing is complete, we'll take the test lead selector switch back to the lead's ground position. When performing surge testing with the Power Pack in automatic mode, the AWA software will instruct us to disconnect the analyzer leads and place them on top of the unit, and then connect the Power Pack leads to the motor under test. Step 3 is to move the Power Pack function knob to the proper position for this test. For that, we take the function selector switch and make sure it's vertical in the surge position. You'll hear a small clunk, which indicates that the relay has been picked up to do surge testing. And then finally, step 4, if present, move the test lead selector switch to the proper position. So for this Power Pack PPX30A, we have a test lead selector switch, and we'll move it to the lead 1 position, ready for surge testing. Now we press continue, and the AWA is instructing us to ensure that the test lead selector switch is in the lead 1 position, which we have already done. We'll select OK. And now to start testing, just as we did before, we'll press the Power Pack test button, and then, or in this case, the foot switch, and then ramp voltage to the desired test voltage using the voltage control knob, holding it in the counterclockwise position. And the voltage will ramp continuously. We watch the LED lights energized as the voltage increases. Because we're not controlling the knob like we were on the old Power Pack, we have a very smooth pulse-to-pulse EAR graph. And if we have any spikes in there, that would indicate some faults in the winding that we should be concerned about. Once the test voltage is achieved, because we have surge pulses equal to 1, the test stops after 1 pulse. It instructs us to release the push to test button. And automatically now moves on to the instruction to take the test lead selector switch to the lead 2 position. Select OK. To start testing, press the Power Pack test button, pressing the foot switch, and again ramping voltage to test voltage. Now that lead 2 is complete, we are instructed to move the test lead selector switch to the lead 3 position, which we'll do there, and then select OK to continue. And of course, to start testing, one more time, press the Power Pack test button and ramp voltage with the voltage control knob. And now the testing is complete. And since we ran in auto test mode, it'll automatically save the data for us. And we're done.